Hey guys, in today's video we are going to be talking about how you can make money by selling your homemade crafts. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then be sure to keep watching because we're going to be going over 6 things that are going to help you. So let's get started. Alrighty, so number 1 is going to be make what you enjoy and make what you are good at. And this sounds so obvious and so basic, but it is the truth. If you go with what you think is just what is in right now and everything like that, you're going to find that you don't enjoy what you make. And if you don't enjoy what you make, how are you going to make any money? Because you're not going to want to do it. You're going to end up getting burned out or just quitting earlier than you otherwise would want to. So just go ahead and find what you are good at, what you are passionate about making. If you like shirts, if you like glass etching, just really be honest with yourself what you're good at, what you enjoy, and then go after it. Make that your focus. Learn different techniques, learn different skills within that area to make you the best in the area at what you enjoy doing, and you'll see that you actually increase your profits by doing that just because you are really passionate about it and wanting to learn more about it. Number 2 is going to be to know your cost. This is very, very important. I find that oftentimes people that try to sell their crafts and make money on them don't know their cost. It's easy to just kind of look at the market and go, okay, well, the person down the road is selling it for $10. I need to be able to sell it for less than 10 so that people want to come to me instead of them. And while that's important to know your competition, you also need to make sure that you know your cost, because if you don't know your cost, you can't make any money on it. So what I like to say is know exactly what it costs you to make the product and then multiply it by 2. That way you are making some profit off of obviously what you're doing. So if it's something costs you $10, you need to sell it for at least 20. And something else you need to keep in mind that is very easy to forget is your time. You need to pay yourself. This is a job. If you're looking at it to make money, you need to make money on your time as well, because otherwise you could be doing something else. So definitely make sure that you are factoring that into the equation, because it is important. You are valuable and you need to be paid for your time. Let's see. The third thing is to know when to get the best deals. So if you like to make Christmas ornaments, for example, then wait till the after Christmas sale when things go 60 to 70% off, and then stock up on it. Go crazy. Just kind of sit on it for a year. So that way you have less cost out there and you can make more money that way because you have less expenditures. So definitely keep that in mind. Stock up. Know when the sales are at your local craft stores, anything like that, because that will help you maximize your profits as well. Let's see. Number 4 is going to be to sell on various platforms. So when I say various platforms, I'm talking about Etsy, Amazon Handmade, Facebook Marketplace. Also, your local buy and sell groups on Facebook as well are good options to consider. You can't have too much exposure. The more you're out there, the more people are going to be able to find you, and then you can spread via word of mouth, things like that. And you also find out which platform is best for you to sell on. Not everyone's going to be right for you. You might find that, I don't really like the Facebook Marketplace where I have to meet up with people to be able to exchange the item or anything like that. Etsy's more my style because I just make it and ship it. It's personal preference. It's up to you, but go ahead and try it. It doesn't hurt to try it. See which one works for you. Get your name out there and really get that exposure and awareness. The next tip I have for you, number 5, is going to be take amazing pictures. And by this I mean if you wouldn't be drawn in by the picture that you posted online of your item that you're trying to sell, no one else is. It's just the honest truth. That may sound harsh, but it's the honest truth. Personally, I sell a lot of my stuff on Etsy. What I do is when I'm taking a picture of my product, I use a red background. And the reason I do this is because on Etsy, you get a tiny little thumbnail of your product displayed, especially if people are looking on their phones and it's even smaller and they're just scrolling through, and you want to stand out. And there are literally thousands and thousands of people selling the exact same thing in a lot of these categories. So how are you going to stand out? A red background or some kind of different color will help you do that. Because if you think about it, a lot of people use white or black backgrounds for their backgrounds of what they're selling. which is fine, but it's not going to really catch your attention. For me, I find that the color red does. As you're scrolling and it's like white, white, black, black, white, black, and you're going through and you're like, oh, there's a red one. What's that? Just kind of helps you stand out more. So just kind of get in that mindset of thinking, okay, what can I do to make my pictures look great? Think lighting, think background, think things like that. And that's going to help you stand out on those social media platforms as you're trying to get people to look at your listings and buy your products. It'll help you make money in the long run. And number 6 is going to be think long and hard about your company name. Just give it a lot of thought. Research it, look up other companies that possibly have a similar name. You want to stand out from the crowd, but you don't want to be so unique that people can't remember your business name. So my recommendation would be to talk to family and friends, see if they tell them any names that you're thinking of and say, what does this bring to mind? Do you associate it with anything, good or bad? Things like that. Just maybe they have different ideas and perspectives that you otherwise wouldn't have considered. And also, when you are thinking of a name, be aware of this certain type of image and perception that certain words can give off. So, for example, let's say Kathy has a craft business and she really likes to make crafts, so she comes up with Kathy's Crafts. That's a cute name. It is. But when you think of crafting, do you typically think of a professional, all-out business? Some people might say yes. Personally, I would say it brings more of a mind to me as somebody who just does it in their free time, who sits around maybe at their kitchen table and does some small crafts, if that's what they named their business. However, I think something like Kathy's Creations would sound more professional, just a little bit, a step up as far as the name goes. And that is personal preference. So if you like Kathy's Crafts and you think that sounds better, run with it. I just think that personally, Kathy's Creations gives off a different, more elevated, I guess you could say, type of image when it comes to doing business. So just give it some thought, and that's what I mean as far as just brainstorming what different words might mean to different people and what image and perception you're giving off, because you never know. So yeah, that is my tips of how you can sell your products and make more money off of it. So if you found this helpful, please, please, please hit that red subscribe button down below, and please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And thank you guys so much for watching.